Every gleaming used bike on a dealer's floor tells two stories, the one they sell you and the one buried beneath the engine noise. Picture this. A rider walks into a dealership, eyes locked on a certified pre-owned machine. The chrome catches the light just right. The salesman smiles. The paperwork promises peace of mind. 3 months later, that same rider is stranded on a desert highway, watching smoke pour from an engine that was already dying the day he signed. This isn't rare, it's calculated. Today, we're exposing 7 models that look perfect but hide mechanical time bombs. These aren't opinions. These are documented traps that have destroyed wallets and endangered lives. Let's start with number 7. Number 7. Harley-Davidson Iron 883. They say it's built to last forever, but even iron rusts when neglected. The Harley-Davidson Iron 883 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a statement. That blacked-out engine, that low-slung profile, that iconic rumble that announces your arrival 3 blocks before you get there. For thousands of riders, this bike represents freedom itself, the American dream on 2 wheels, wrapped in Milwaukee heritage and endless highway possibilities. But romance doesn't prevent mechanical decay. Used Iron 883s carry hidden fatigue that dealers conveniently overlook. The primary drive system, the heart-connecting engine to transmission, wears prematurely when owners skip the expensive 3-year service intervals. That famous Harley sound? Sometimes it's not thunder, it's a misfiring cylinder caused by corroded spark plug boots that cost $40 but require $300 in labor to replace properly. Oil leaks from the rocker box gaskets are almost guaranteed after 15,000 miles. The clutch cable stretches and frays. The electrical system, notoriously fragile on older Sportsters, fails randomly, leaving you stranded with a dead battery and no warning. Maintenance costs scare owners into neglect. A routine service at a Harley dealership runs $600 minimum, so they skip it, and skip it again, until that beautiful chrome exterior is masking internal corrosion and gaskets that weep oil onto your garage floor. One rider bought his Iron 883 dreaming of cross-country freedom. He discovered his freedom came with a $2,800 primary case rebuild instead. The chrome shines bright. What's underneath tells a different story. Number 6. BMW S1000RR. It's German engineering at its finest, until that precision becomes your prison. The BMW S1000RR is a technological marvel. That asymmetric face, that 999 cubic centimeters inline-4 producing 205 horsepower, that suite of electronic rider aids that make professional racers feel invincible. This isn't just a superbike, it's a computer on wheels engineered with obsessive German precision to dominate both track and street. But precision comes with a price tag most used buyers never see coming. When an S1000RR breaks, it doesn't fail gracefully. The electronic suspension system, dynamic damping control, costs $3,500 to replace when it malfunctions. The clutch, stressed by launch control abuse, wears out by 12,000 miles on hard-ridden models. That's a $1,800 job at a BMW certified shop because the flywheel needs replacement too. The ECU, it requires dealer-only software to diagnose and recalibrate. Independent mechanics can't touch it. Every warning light means a $200 diagnostic fee before they even tell you what's broken. Sensors fail. Wiring harnesses corrode. The quick shifter stops working mid-ride, leaving you clutching manually while wondering what just died inside your $15,000 used superbike. Dealers sell these machines on performance specs and never mention the reality. BMW parts cost double what Japanese competitors charge, and labor rates match luxury car pricing. One owner's electronic suspension failed during a weekend ride. The repair quote exceeded his insurance deductible. When the dash lights up in red, your wallet bleeds in blue and white. Number 5. Yamaha R6. It's one of the most beautiful sport bikes ever made, but under that aerodynamic perfection hides a time bomb. The Yamaha R6. Even sitting still, it looks like it's doing 150 miles per hour. That aggressive fairing, that spine-tingling scream as it climbs towards 16,000 RPM. For 2 decades, this machine has been the poster child of pure sport bike obsession. Track-ready, razor-sharp, and dripping with racing DNA. But here's what the dealer won't mention when you're admiring that used 2017 model with only 8,000 miles. Those miles weren't gentle highway cruises. Most second-hand R6s lived a previous life of brutality, track days, parking lot wheelies, red line money shifts by riders who thought they were Valentino Rossi. By the time these bikes hit the used market, they're wearing fresh paint and hiding catastrophic wear. Bent valves from over-revving, transmissions with worn dogs that slip under hard acceleration, clutch plates glazed to glass from endless burnouts. The valve train alone is a $2,000 repair waiting to happen. The throttle bodies, notorious for going out of sync, will cost you another $800 just to diagnose. And that's before you discover the previous owner never changed the oil, because race bikes don't need maintenance between track sessions. One rider bought his dream R6 for $7,500. 6 months later, he'd spent $4,200 fixing problems the dealer certified as excellent mechanical condition. The bike looks like a weapon. The repair bills feel like one too. Number 4. KTM Duke 390. It looks wild, feels light, and screams fun until it leaves you stranded in traffic heat. The KTM Duke 390 is a street fighter with attitude. That aggressive orange paint, that naked aggression, that 373 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine that punches way above its weight class. For new riders, it's intoxicating. Affordable performance wrapped in European design that makes every commute feel like a stunt show. But that intoxication fades fast when reality hits. Used Duke 390s carry a hidden epidemic: chronic overheating. These bikes cook themselves alive in stop-and-go traffic, especially models from 2013 to 2016. The radiator fans fail, the coolant sensors lie, the bike's temperature gauge stays calm while the engine internally melts. Riders report sudden stalling at red lights, then struggling restarts as the fuel injectors choke on heat-soaked vapor. The wiring harness corrodes faster than cheaper Japanese bikes because KTM's aggressive design leaves components exposed to road salt and moisture. One connector goes bad, and suddenly your dash looks like a Christmas tree of warning lights. The fuel pump, known to fail without warning, leaving you coasting to a breakdown. Dealers sell these used Dukes as beginner-friendly, without mentioning the $1,200 cooling system overhaul or the $600 wiring harness replacement waiting in your future. A young rider bought his Duke dreaming of summer rides. He spent that summer waiting for parts instead. The orange promises excitement. Reality delivers expensive lessons. Number 3. Suzuki GSX-R 750. It's called the Gixxer, the legend of speed. But legends age badly when abused. For decades, the Suzuki GSXR 750 has been the icon of middleweight dominance. That inline-4 engine screaming through the power band. That race-bred chassis that carved canyons like a surgeon's blade. When new riders dream of sport bikes, they dream of this machine. The perfect balance of power and control, wrapped in Suzuki blue. But the used market tells a darker story. Most GSXR 750s don't retire gracefully. They get beaten, crashed, and Frankensteined back together by backyard mechanics who learned tuning from YouTube. That low-mileage 2011 model, it spent 3 years getting hammered at track days before someone straightened the frame, painted over the rash, and called it gently used. The chain stretched 2 inches past spec from endless wheelies. The engine mounts, cracked from a low side the seller forgot to mention. The ECU flashed with an aggressive fuel map that's slowly cooking the pistons because the previous owner thought louder meant faster. Aftermarket exhausts, cheap fairings, power commanders installed by someone who Googled how to tune a Gixxer 5 minutes before plugging it in. Every modification is a gamble, and most lose. Riders buy these thinking they're joining a legacy. Instead, they inherit someone else's mistakes. Check engine lights that never go away, transmissions that pop out of second gear, and oil consumption that suggests the rings gave up long ago. The Gixxer earned its legend on racetracks, but in the used market, it's a cautionary tale. Number 2. Kawasaki Ninja 650. It's known as the safe bet, until that bet starts leaking oil. The Kawasaki Ninja 650 has earned a reputation as the sensible choice. Not too fast, not too expensive. Just enough power to grow with a rider's skills while maintaining Japanese reliability. Forums praise it. Insurance companies love it. New riders flock to it because everyone says the same thing. You can't go wrong with a 650. Except thousands have. The problem isn't catastrophic failure. It's slow betrayal. Used Ninja 650S develop head gasket leaks around 20,000 miles. Subtle at first, just a faint oil smell after hot rides. Then one morning, you notice coolant puddling under the bike. That's a $1,400 repair that dealers never mention during test rides. The alternator fails without warning on 2012 to 2016 models, leaving you stranded with a dead battery and no charging system. The clutch cable frays and snaps because owners treat reliable as code for maintenance optional. Here's the psychology trap. Buyers drop their guard. They skip pre-purchase inspections because it's just a 650. They ignore small leaks because Kawasaki's are bulletproof. They defer maintenance because nothing seems urgent, until it all comes due at once. One rider ignored a minor oil seep for 6 months. The repair quote included head gasket, valve adjustment, and coolant system flush. $2,100 total. Reliable doesn't mean invincible, it just means the failure takes longer to arrive. Number 1. Royal Enfield Classic 350. It thumps like history itself and shakes like a warning. The Royal Enfield Classic 350 is a time machine. That distinctive single-cylinder thump, that vintage chrome and leather aesthetic, that promise of riding like your grandfather did, slow, steady, and connected to the road in a way modern bikes have forgotten. It's motorcycling as meditation, wrapped in retro beauty that turns heads at every stoplight. But that romantic vibration tells a darker story. Used Classic 350 shakes themselves apart. The very character that makes them charming, that rhythmic engine pulse loosens every bolt, cracks engine mounts, and vibrates fasteners until they rattle free. Owners discover mirrors that blur into uselessness, foot pegs that work loose mid-ride, exhaust brackets that snap from metal fatigue. Oil seepage becomes inevitable. The push rods leak. The rocker cover weeps. The cylinder base gasket gives up fighting the constant vibration. Piston rings wear prematurely because quality control varies wildly between production batches. Some engines last 40,000 miles, others start burning oil at 8,000. Dealers sell the dream without mentioning the reality. Constant maintenance, retorquing bolts every 2,000 miles, replacing gaskets that shouldn't fail but do, adjusting valves more frequently than Japanese bikes need oil changes. One rider bought his classic 350 chasing nostalgia. He spent more time with wrenches than on highways, tightening what vibration had undone. The thump sounds like romance. The shaking feels like entropy, and every mile adds another item to the maintenance checklist. Tradition demands respect. This tradition demands patience, and deep pockets too. Every used bike has a story. The real question is, are you ready to pay for its ending? Motorcycles carry their past, like scars beneath paint. Dealers polish chrome, replace fairings, and spray that smell. But metal remembers. Engines whisper abuse. Transmissions click history. The lesson isn't avoiding used bikes. It's respecting what they survived. Never buy the shine. Buy the story behind it. Been burned by a used dealer? Drop your story in the comments below. If this saved you from a $5,000 mistake, hit subscribe. The truth is, they don't sell bikes, but it saves wallets.